Obviously, I'm a Yankees fan, so I'd love to see him.
It's almost like legacy of like the NFL versus.
But I definitely think that Baker could be a really good player for the Panthers moving forward.
Did I say Oreos?
There's a lot of questions I have about Mahomes. Looks like a kid playing Madden.
Turning point in the game is the 13-second drive.
They play very hard, even though they're terrible.
He's a good pick. For sure. He's going to be a good player. But I can't argue against the Jamar Chase pick.
They made moves saying we're going to win this year, at least get into the playoffs.
I'm going with my guy, Corey Seager. So glad.
What's good, y'all? My name is Austin Jarman, and I play rugby for the University of Notre Dame. And you're listening to The Outsider's Opinion with Austin and Kevin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NBA videos, and once again, talking about the 76ers. I'm Kevin, and I'm joined by the man that, who'd have thought, as I look at the NBA standings, that there could be, his team could possibly, oh, well, they are worse. Or, yeah, they're a little bit worse than the Sixers right now. Austin.
Well, I mean, it's one game back, one win, and the 76ers lose, but Joel Embiid keeps missing time. Paul George keeps missing time. Tyrese Maxey drops 40 in this game, and they lose. They are now 3-14. And Kevin, the question of the video is the season already over? Or is there a glimmer of hope still left to be seen?
I don't think there's a glimmer of hope this season because of just like how bad it is. And the key is they're not losing because Embiid's not playing well, or they're just not getting. I would understand losing if they're still figuring out the chemistry with Paul George and Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. But the problem is Paul George and Embiid are just not on the court. You have to factor in them learning to play with each other while also getting healthy. And this is quite a disastrous season or disastrous start because sports, you never know, it could change, but things do not look good for the Sixers right now.
No, they don't. And people are going to be saying, well, the East is bad. To get into the play-in right now, it's 8-12. It's the Bulls. But I'm just not confident that the 76ers are going to be healthy enough to make up that ground. Right now, they are 3.5 games back. Yeah, 3.5 games back. But they still have a lot of tough games ahead on their schedule. And they can't win a game without Embiid or Paul George on the court. And that is a problem. On Friday, they don't have a game. On Saturday, they play the Pistons in Detroit. There's no guarantee that Embiid or Paul George will play in that game. And even if they do, the Pistons have just looked better this season. It's while there is a glimmer of hope with guys like Jared McCain and Tyrese Maxey playing well right now, there's just a lot of problems with the team overall.
Yeah, and it's problems that they tried to fix, and you bring in Paul George, and that just you haven't seen if that's worked out. It's just his injuries, which maybe you could have saw, but I don't think you can see this with Paul George and his knee. It's just something that happened, and you could see this with Joel Embiid, but you knew that risk, and it's something it's pretty tough. And I would say at least you luck into a top pick, but I'm sure you know about where that pick is going.
Yeah. Do they I know they don't have it. Is it going to the Clippers?
It's top 6 protected, and I actually think it goes to the Thunder.
Let me check.
Because it went to the Clippers, but then the Clippers sent it in the Paul George trade, I thought.
Well, I think it's just straight up the 76ers pick if it finishes 1-6.
Oh, yeah. If it's, yeah. So, yeah. So after. So, okay, I guess there is hope. If you're really bad, you get a top 6. I forgot.
Oh, man. Yeah, but if you're in that point, I mean, they're 2-8 in their last 10. They are in a terrible spot right now. Second worst record in the NBA. They have a worse record than New Orleans, who's had everybody out. Everybody on their entire team hurt. With Philadelphia, it seems like it's just 2 guys.
Yeah. I'm trying to make sure. where that pick goes. Yeah. Wow. It's actually it just went straight to OKC. It was in exchange the Sixers sent Al Horford and a protected first round pick in return for Danny Green. And that was the 2025 first rounder. And it was top 6 protected. Yeah, that was that salary dump of Al Horford.
Got it.
That's pretty crazy. So yeah. But yeah, no, that's got to be bad, especially when this was a huge year for them. We talked about it being finals or bust for them, and it just has not worked out. And I would say I just don't see it happening because of just the injuries they've had, and that's at the beginning of the season. Injuries are going to happen. Even Tyrese Maxey was hurt for a few games, so though injuries are going to happen throughout the season, and it's just you're 17 games into the season.
Yeah, and it seems like the sound around the team, what's happening, just can't get better. They just can't figure out how to turn it around. And at this point of the season, it seems like they're already in a state of desperation.
Yeah, you also have like Paul George talking about his podcast, and I think he was talking about Jared McCain and just like the state of the team, which does not seem well. And I'm curious what happens throughout the season. Maybe they pull it out, but kind of if it keeps going this negative direction, what happens, especially at the trade deadline?
Yeah, it's a fair thing to assume.
But yeah, and so pretty sad for Sixers fans, but that is all I have. I'll let you close this one out.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening. Please let us know what you guys think about the Sixers. Can they turn around, or is the season already over? Thank you.